Going to start off this video with a quick moment of silence for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club and all of their fans who are just going through the worst possible time at the minute. Imagine losing 3-0 to Dinamo Zagreb. You were 2-0 up in the first leg. You were coasting, and Jose puts out a very decent team to face Dinamo Zagreb in the second leg, away leg, and you bottle it to lose 3-0 on the night. We talk about Spursy, being an adjective that we use quite a lot. I expect Spurs to bottle things. I expect them to bottle the League Cup final against Man City, and I expect them to bottle pretty much anything that they take part in, to be honest. But even still, they somehow managed to exceed my expectations last night. So well done to Spurs. Well done. Let's move on to the actual proper European competition, shall we? Hello guys, how are you getting on? My name is Aaron Kelly, and the quarter-final draw for the UEFA Champions League has just been done, and as you can probably tell, as a Chelsea fan, I'm very, very happy with the draw. What we're going to do in this video is we're going to go through each one of the quarter-final draws. I'm going to give my thoughts on them, and we might even get a little cheeky prediction on all of them, so God help us. Let's get into it. So the first two teams out were, as you can see, Manchester City and Borussia Dortmund. And the way I see this game, City should win it. Definitely if they manage to keep Erling Haaland quiet. Obviously, Haaland has been heavily linked with a move to the Etihad this summer. And I definitely do see this game as potential for, what would you call it, audition for Erling Haaland. And you can be sure that him and definitely Jadon Sancho haven't been thrown out of the Man City Academy. Well, not thrown out, but, you know, he left because he didn't see a future there. You can see them two being well up for this game. But I still do think that City have far too much in their locker, obviously runaway leaders in the Premier League, and still that Champions League title is the one that has eluded them since they've become a really massive team. And if they were to go all the way this season, they would have to beat Dortmund and one of PSG or Bayern on their way to the final. But if they do that, it's fair to say Manchester City's set of trophies would be complete, and their appointment of Pep Guardiola would be completely justified, as if it wasn't already. Moving on then, we have Bayern Munich and PSG. As I said, obviously a repeat of the final from last year, and without a doubt the pick of the ties so far is this one. I think Bayern Munich will come out on top. I just think they have a far more balanced side, but you can never ever write off PSG with the quality that they have, particularly going forward in the likes of Neymar and Mbappe. And they will be determined, I do feel, to get revenge for what was a heartbreaking defeat for them in the Champions League final last year. You just look at Bayern, all around the pitch, you got absolute quality from 1 to 11, really. And I do think, even still, if possibly when Bayern Munich get through this tie, they are the side to beat. And I think at this point I would still have them as the favourites to retain their crown, which isn't a very, very easy thing to do, winning the Champions League in back-to-back seasons, which is why we've got to give huge kudos to Real Madrid for how consistently they won it over the last decade. But yeah, I think Bayern Munich are going to meet Man City in the semi-final, because overall quality, two sides, and that could be an absolutely thrilling game. But I could be jinxing all these, and I could be completely fucking wrong, which, wouldn't be any different to any other Aaron Kelly predictions video on this channel. Let's move on to the right hand side of the draw then, and it's a repeat of, I think, the 2018 final in Kiev between Real Madrid and Liverpool. And Liverpool will certainly be going into this one similar to PSG, really looking for revenge. Obviously, it was a bad evening for them in Kiev back in 2018, particularly for Loris Karius. These are two sides who I definitely think have gotten significantly worse since that game in Kiev. I know obviously Liverpool have won the Champions League since and have won the Premier League, but ever since January this year, the turn of the year, they have been nothing short of awful, really. And surprisingly enough, considering they are Premier League champions and they actually started off the season fairly well. As for Real Madrid, they're still in the hunt to get the La Liga title, but obviously behind Atletico Madrid. And I think the overall quality of La Liga has certainly diminished massively over the last couple of seasons, and that's why, we've seen Atletico Madrid against Chelsea. They are top of La Liga, but let's be honest, they weren't anything particularly impressive. And I think Kieran Trippier actually said it in his post-match interview the other night. The better side went through on the night and over the two legs between Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. So for me, I think Liverpool are going to win it, lads. I genuinely think Liverpool are going to beat Real Madrid. They're lacking the kind of quality of players that they had a couple of years ago when they had the likes of Ronaldo and Bale. Benzema is still there, of course, as well, and obviously Eden Hazard, who has had a horrible time of it with injuries, and I think it's actually likely enough that he's going to miss the tie against Liverpool, unfortunately for him. They still have quality, don't get me wrong, Real Madrid, but I just think that shine is definitely gone off them, and it has been gone really since Ronaldo left, and I can't see them beating Liverpool. And don't get me wrong, Liverpool's form in the league has been nothing short of awful, but in Europe they are still, doing well to get results. And I think definitely City and Chelsea probably got the two easiest ties maybe in the overall quarter-final draw. But if I was to pick a winner between Liverpool and Real Madrid right now, it would be Liverpool. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I think this one will actually be the closest of all the ties, certainly looking at it on paper, as there is a fly on my light. Get off. Get off my fucking light. Ew, I have to swipe him off. What the fuck? He wouldn't move, man. Let's move on to Chelsea then, and as I said, easiest draw of the round and the best draw that Chelsea could have possibly hoped for in a million years. We have drawn Porto in the quarter-final of the UEFA Champions League. Obviously, they knocked out Juventus in the last round in very, very dramatic circumstances. Obviously, a 3-2 victory in the second leg and a really, really entertaining game. It was actually a 3-2 victory for Juventus on the night, but Porto obviously went through on away goals. And don't get me wrong, I really don't think Porto are going to be a walk in the park. I mean, you don't get to the Champions League quarterfinals. You don't knock out Juventus, even though they are absolutely struggling. You don't knock out a team that has Cristiano Ronaldo in it and be a really, really poor team, because I don't think that's what Porto are. But I do think they are going to be an easier opposition than Atletico Madrid. They kind of, from what I can see, they actually kind of play similar enough football to Atleti in the sense that they are quite defensively sound. Pepe at the back, still 38 years of age, still marshalling that defence, and had an absolutely exceptional game against Juventus in the last 16, which for me was actually the best game in the whole last 16. That's a second leg between Porto and Juventus. But if Thomas Tuchel's Chelsea just keep going with the form that we have and the momentum that we have at the minute, I don't think we should have any issues really. And I'm just being realistic here. I don't think we should have any issues facing Porto whatsoever, but I just don't think it's going to be incredibly clear-cut. I think they're going to make it quite difficult for us to create chances and score. Without a doubt, the best possible outcome that Chelsea could hope for from this morning's draw, obviously drawing Porto and having the second leg at Stamford Bridge, and then being on the right-hand side of the draw, because you know now that you're not going to face Bayern Munich, PSG or Manchester City unless you make it to the final. And that's what I think all the sides on the right-hand side of the draw will be looking at. So overall, I'm going to go for City to beat Dortmund, Bayern to beat PSG, Liverpool to beat Real Madrid, which would set up a repeat of the 2005 semi-final between Liverpool and Chelsea. Obviously, Liverpool went on to win the final against AC Milan, funnily enough, also in Istanbul in 2005 as well. So I'm not exactly superstitious, but it's there. It is there. Let me know your thoughts, lads. I think it's a very, very interesting draw. I would go through the Europa League ties as well, but I really have no interest, to be quite honest. But let me know your thoughts on the Champions League ties in the comment section down below. Also, based off what we know now and who's going to face who in the quarters and the semi-finals, can we predict a winner at this point? I'm thinking it's going to be somebody from the left-hand side of the draw, if I'm being brutally honest. Obviously I'm a Chelsea fan, I want to dream and I want to think, we have a chance of, winning our second ever Champions League crown. But if I'm being perfectly honest, I think it's between Bayern Munich, Manchester City in particular, and if not Bayern Munich, PSG and Manchester City, because I just think those are currently probably the best three sides in the competition. But the likes of Real Madrid, Liverpool, Chelsea will fancy their chances on any one-off game against them in the final as well. As I said, lads, let me know your thoughts and predictions in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new around here. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers before the end of the lockdown. Hit the big red button down below and hit the notification bell as well, so you're notified every single time I upload. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day. Take care and good luck.